Hey folks, Todd here. Today we're going to install the BAKFlip MX4 from RealTruck on this 2024 Ford F-150. The tools we'll be using for this installation are a ratchet with a 1/2-inch socket, scissors, and a Phillips head screwdriver. Okay, so starting off, we're going to first install our bulkhead seal. It's going to go right across the bulkhead as far back away from the cab as possible. We want to go from one bed cap all the way, cut it into the other bed cap. I've already gone ahead and wiped down this surface with rubbing alcohol. You want to do that first, get a nice surface to adhere to. So I'm going to go ahead and cut the tape off of here. And what I like to do first is peel off a few inches of the protective backing. I'll bring this all the way up to the bed cap. And now we can go ahead and start peeling away. All right, bring it down and set it down on top of the bulkhead. Be careful not to stretch this while you're going. And when we get to the other side, go ahead and use some scissors and cut it into place. Push down, bear down nicely and get good adhesion. And then we can go ahead and move to the side rail. Okay, so this is our driver's side rail as it comes out of the box. So we've got a flange that's going to lay on top of the bed cap, and the prop rod is going to face to the inside of the truck bed. This right here is your drain tube. In most applications, we'll fit that drain tube on there and then route this out the bed of the truck through a kick out. We've got kick outs here and up here. We've got a Husky Liners bed liner, so it's actually a waterproof product. So we're just going to pull it back and let the drain spout go right between the bed liner and the bed. That way, any kind of runoff water will just kind of filter out the natural weep holes of the bed. So I'm just going to set this in place. And if I rotate this over, you're going to notice on the inside we've got a channel. Now that channel is designed to work with the clamping system. This is the clamps that you're going to get in the kit. So I'm going to go ahead and take this clamp apart because I want to show you how this works. Take the bolt out and set that with a washer to the side. The part that it's threaded into, set that to the side as well. The part with a long oval hole, that's what we're going to focus on right now. Now this shape is going to match perfectly to the inside of that channel. So what we're going to be able to do is take this clamp, kind of fit it, insert it into the channel, and then snap it into place. We're going to do the same thing with the other two clamps on this side. Put one right up here towards the front, and then we're going to put one towards the rear, close to the tailgate. All right, next what I'm going to do is go ahead and rotate this down. Next what I want to do is I want to reach up inside the bed cap and feel if there's any obstructions hanging down. I'm going to check all of those locations. That's clear. And this one, we've got a little bit of an obstruction right here. So we're just going to make sure that we move it forward a little bit. And next, I'm going to go ahead and start with the center clamp. We're going to take the back side of the clamp and slide it up into the bed cap. And next, we're going to go ahead and take our bolt with washer and thread it back through. Now, if you look at this clamp, you're going to have two notches that you can install this side of the clamp into. What we're going to do is we're going to select the top notch, the higher notch, and go ahead and put that in finger tight first. Once we got it nice and finger tight, again, double check, make sure it's all the way up against the bulkhead, make sure it's pushed all the way up against the bed cap. Then we're going to take a 1/2-inch wrench or ratchet and go ahead and snug that down. And we're going to bring this clamp to about 10 foot-pounds. All the clamps are going to come to 10 foot-pounds. I'm going to set that back in place and move to our front clamp location. Now we want to make sure that we're within a few inches of the bulkhead. Right now we're about 8 inches away from the bulkhead. That's perfect. So we're going to go ahead and slide this one in. Again, we are going to let it nest into that upper notch. And then insert the bolt with washer. And again, with the 1/2 inch, we're going to snug it down. All right, now go to the rear. We're gonna do the same thing all over again. Set the other clamp half in place, bolt and washer, 1/2 inch, 10 foot-pounds. All right, now repeat the same process on the opposite side. Okay, so this is the way the cover is going to come out of the box. I want to point your attention to our slam latch rail right across here that has the clip attached to it. Now, if you grab a hold of this portion and you fold it upward, you're going to see we've got our header panel that's right inside here. So I'm going to fold that out. And I want to draw your attention to a couple of things. We got a piece of tape that's right here. Everything that's on this side that I'm going to show you also happens on the opposite side. So we'll repeat that over there. But I'm going to go ahead and peel this tape away. And it's going to reveal a couple of holes. And on the bottom side, we got another piece of tape with a couple more holes. Couldn't peel that off. Now these holes are for our clip receivers. So the clip receivers are going to be lining up to those holes so that the strap can clip into it. But before we just install it, we need to go ahead and flip it over. We've got these seals that go to the bottom of the clip receiver. I'm going to peel it off of the adhesive and make sure it's oriented properly. So this would be the wrong way. This right here is the correct way. And make sure you line it up to the holes and then bear down to get contact. Next, what we're going to do is in our kit, we're going to have a couple of threaded inserts. And those threaded inserts are going to go in through the bottom. And then I'm going to hold those with my fingers, rotate that down so I've got threads right here. Make sure that the opening of the clip receiver is facing towards the strap. Line it up to the threaded holes, and then go ahead and take the Phillips head screws out of our kit and line those up. And once you tighten them down, just get them nice and snug. You don't need to over tighten them. All right, now I'm gonna go ahead and fold this back over and draw your attention to this channel right here that is attached to the bottom of the header panel. In your kit, you're also gonna have a couple of these. These are cover retaining clamps. So what we're gonna do is take and loosen that up. Once I've loosened up that star knob, I can push straight up on it, and we're gonna see we've got a carriage bolt that's in here. Now, a square head of the carriage bolt is gonna slide in and get trapped in here so that it can't spin. So we're gonna slide that in place. I want to point out a couple of things on this. We've got a groove on this side that's going to face towards where it's going to land on top of the rail. And then on this side, we've got a notch. We need to make sure that notch stays inside this channel. So I don't want to have this over here because this is where it's going to land on the rail. I want to bring it back and then just snug it down for right now. This is just temporary until we land it on top of the rail and install it. So we're going to repeat the same process for the clip receiver and the cover retaining clamp on the opposite side. All right, next we can go ahead and set the cover on top of the rails. You want to make sure you get it centered side to side and let the bulkhead piece fall over top of the bulkhead. And you'll probably hear it click into place. Once I've got it in place, I'm going to go ahead and make sure it's pushed as far forward as it will go before it hits the bulkhead. All right, now we've got it in place and centered. We're going to fold each panel back, one panel at a time, and we're going to center everything as we go. Remove any kind of packing material as you go. And we get to the tailgate again. Make sure everything is centered side to side. All right, now we're going to go ahead and check engagement with the seal to the tailgate. So what we'll do is we'll lift up the cover, close the tailgate, and drop it down. Check, make sure everything's nice and straight. All right, now that we've got everything aligned, we can go ahead and lower the tailgate. And what we're going to do is slowly open the cover so we don't shift it, and then we're going to fold it up towards the cab and then tighten it from the bottom. Okay, now that we've got everything lined up, we're underneath the cover on the driver's side. Now I'm going to go ahead and attach our cover retaining clamp to the rail. So here's the rail we just set the cover on top of. I'm going to go ahead and loosen this up and allow this to drop down. Now I want to point out this groove right here is going to capture the bottom of the rail. We also want to make sure this notch stays inside this channel. So hold the notch into the channel, run it over, let the groove capture the rail, and then just go ahead and tighten that up. Just get it nice and snug, no need to over tighten it, and repeat the same process on the opposite side. Next, what we're gonna do is we're gonna rotate the cover up towards the cab to see where it would hit the cab. So we've got in our kit some rubber bumpers that are going to adhere to the top portion of this frame to buffer it against the cab. So I've already wiped down this whole surface right here of the frame with some rubbing alcohol. You wanna do that before you install these. That way you get a nice, clean, perfect surface to install these onto. And I'm just gonna go and put the first one right in the center. We're gonna put it right at the very top of that frame. Then bear down, that'll give you good adhesion. All right, next I'm gonna come over here to this side and see where contact would happen. All right, we're gonna go right here. Again, just peel that off and place it at the top edge of the frame. And last one is gonna go right down here. There we go. Well, that concludes the installation. If you have any questions, call the experts, visit us online, or check out our list of dealers near you.